Welcome back to the Exposure History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. The tiny girl is sitting among the ruins and debris which remained of her house, holding her doll in her hands. The walls have fallen down about her, and she stays in the rubble and finds solace in her toy. It has all been destroyed, and in this devastation of her everything, she has something that has remained. A woman in a plain attire is found working under the family car with a tool in her hands, doing what men traditionally do. Her husband is on the go, and therefore she has been taught how to repair the car on her own without letting it remain in ruins. Her persistence demonstrates how women rose to the occasion even in times of war and learnt new crafts due to the need to do so. The inmates look right into the camera with horrific eyes, which are empty and haunted with untold horror. They are identified by their naked heads and colors that are used to distinguish them as prisoners of the concentration camp. Both faces recount a tale of sorrow, grief, and the desire to live one more day. The solitary character is in a great old library in which towering shelves lead to the rich ceilings. The massive structure reminds of the days when libraries were constructed as palaces of wisdom. Soon, this beautiful building would be demolished and would be substituted by quite a worse one. Younger learners are seen taking their wine alongside their meal at school table. This was deemed perfectly normal in France, where water was believed to be unhealthy compared to water which was diluted wine. The children are taking it carelessly, as though it is the most common thing on earth to have wine with lunch. There are two little boys in a photo with their faces indicating how confused and traumatized they are. These two brothers survived the Titanic accident, but they lost their father during the accident. They were saved with no family member, and they were referred to as the Titanic orphans. One of the soldiers is smiling and has his metal helmet with a huge hole in it caused by a bullet impact. The effect was so great as to bend, but not to penetrate. This helmet proved to save his life against what otherwise would have been a lethal bullet piercing through his head. Young children are seen standing on machineries where their feet are bare, and they are standing on a machine which is dangerous. They have the best shelves of the looms to which the kid is assigned due to their small stature. These hazardous working conditions and hours that were used by these children resulted in legislation safeguarding young workers. One of the street scenes in Jerusalem has a building with a signboard saying the Palestine German Bank in the background. The city has people busy in their day-to-day business. The picture represents the cultural diversity of the internationality in the area at this time. A woman is seen in kind, intelligent eyes to the camera and has no idea of the fate that is coming her way. This is the sister of Franz Kafka, who would be the one making the final sacrifice in the Holocaust. She also volunteered to escort scared orphan children on their way to Auschwitz to ensure that they were not alone. One of the women is passing the finish line of a race in a dress with no shoes on her feet. She ran and won wearing regular clothes when other contenders were already wearing proper athletic clothes. These challenges prevented her, but her success indicates her great natural talent and will. An ancient Aboriginal woman is talking or singing into an outdated recording machine. She is saving the language of her people with the aid of this new technology. Two lovers are united and can finally be married in Mississippi. It was only 3 years before that even interracial marriage was an illegal issue in much of the United States. It is just that they are making history by simply loving each other and getting married legally. There is a formal portrait of a uniformed black soldier, his wife, and his children. This is a rare picture of the home life of one of thousands of African Americans who fought under the Union. Majority of these families never had photos, so this picture turns out to be of historical value. There are 3 individuals present together, and the staring celebrity Patrick Swayze is standing next to his mother and wife. His mother was a dance instructor who obviously transferred her love to movements to her son. This is an informal photo in which they appear happy and intimate as a family. The starlet is portrayed in a very natural way without her normal glamorous makeup and styling. Her skin is new and unclothed, revealing the actual woman beneath the Hollywood star. Without the man-made image, she appears younger and more damaged. This family portrait has a young boy dressed in costume of a pirate standing close to his smiling mother. In his Halloween or dress-up costume, the future president is seen to be very happy and carefree. His mother smiles with the pride at her little boy. The New York streets are crowded with people as they do their daily activities. The roads are filled with classic cars, and the garb of the era is on display. The city is not as energy-packed as the New York in the present day, grittier and glamorous. A beautiful woman in a nice dress is taken in a beautiful portrait. She moves about with the dignity and elegance of royalty. Her glamorous and elegant face and hairstyle symbolizes the beauty of the Middle East courts. The man is extremely old, and his adult son stands next to him, and both are veterans of various wars many decades apart. The father had survived World War I and also the Russian Civil War, and he lived up to an amazing age. A family history of service in the military continued with his son being in the World War II. In Kenya, a young man is standing with an old African lady and is listening to her stories. This visit is one way the future president is relating to his family origins. His grandmother is standing in a relaxed position, pleased to see her step-grandson who has come back to America. An American naval ship has a Soviet military officer who investigates and samples American fast food. His face demonstrates interest and shock towards these goods that were not found in the Soviet Union. This is a mere cultural interchange that occurred in the last years of the Cold War. One of the young girls is climbing down into an ice and snow-carved traditional igloo house. This was an early protection against the harsh winter, which was used by Arctic people. She walks with ease, and she is totally comfortable with her surroundings, which most people would find foreign. A young girl is walking gracefully, and male white students are screaming and yelling behind her. She is trying to study in Charlotte, confronted by a multitude of racist classmates. Her boldness to face such hatred contributed towards the segregation barriers. During a party, a woman dressed in the traditional Mexican attire suddenly realizes that there is a camera to focus on her. Her eyes look directly at the camera with knowing eyes. She finds herself in a dilemma of whether to join the party or not, knowing she is being photographed. Two young ladies are shown strolling together in similar full skirts, which were in the 1950s. The feminine style of the age is perfectly expressed in their dresses and makeup. They are dancing together, obviously, quite at home with each other. An Indian chief is dressed in traditional garments and has a huge headdress made of feathers. His stature and the symbols of his position indicate that he is a leader of his people. He is fixed in the photo in all his ritualized attire, and the image of the culture of Native Americans is saved. Socially, men and women are having a drink and communication in a low-key bar in Pittsburgh. The scene depicts the free time of working people in late 1950s America. Everybody is dressed in a way as per the current standards, even in a local bar during a night. There are dozens of dogs of different breeds and sizes, which are around a woman. Her life revolved around saving the stray animals, and she never wanted to turn them down. She had over 600 dogs that had no other place to stay. A policeman pulls cars on a traffic street to allow a cat mother to cross the road safely with her baby. The policeman behaves to this cat mother as he treats a human baby walker. This little gesture is a sign of respect to all of the animals who attempt to live the urban streets. There is a clothed family standing in front of their prairie house, together with their stuff. They retain their something to be proud of and their formal clothes despite the harsh conditions in the frontier. In the photograph, the pioneers that introduced civilization and order to the wild American West are presented. This is a photograph of a Japanese woman who was photographed by herself using a mirror 100 years ago. She has been the first to popularize the concept of the selfie many decades before it would become a standard practice. The technical ability to write and take this picture was spectacular during that era. Two women in traditional dress hold rifles, ready to fight against Ottoman forces. Their determined expressions show they're prepared to defend their people. These female fighters challenge gender norms by taking up arms. A young girl grins broadly while holding her pet cat close. Her genuine joy and the cat's patient tolerance create a sweet moment of childhood happiness. The simple pleasure of a child with their beloved pet transcends time and place. A uniformed soldier embraces his small daughter who rushes to meet him. After years of separation, father and child are finally reunited. The emotion and relief of this homecoming radiates from the photograph. A young black man swims in a pool that previously excluded people of his race. His act of protest led authorities to close the facility rather than allow integration. One teenager's courage challenged the unjust system of segregation. Two men pose in formal suits with elegant styling and carefully groomed facial hair. Their attire shows the high standards of dress expected of gentlemen in that era. Every detail of their appearance has been carefully considered and arranged. Someone experiences recorded music for the first time through an early phonograph. His expression shows wonder at this technological marvel that brings sound to life. Imagine never hearing recorded music before and suddenly experiencing it. A woman poses on a motorcycle in two photographs taken 7 decades apart. The scene has been carefully recreated to match the original picture from her youth. The passage of time is evident, but her spirit remains unchanged. In the very top of the old pyramid, there are the adventurous tourists enjoying the sight. The giant stone blocks achieve a platform upon which they are resting. The external stairs were still allowed at this moment to reach the top. High school dresses and high heels, young women are trying to work on automobile engines. They are acquiring abilities that were the prerogative of men, and they are defying gender norms. They wear unrealistic clothes, but are engaged in learning how to do mechanical labor. The travelers in a fancy train car that is well furnished in seats and decorated beautifully. The level of traveling by train in this period was luxurious, and the interiors of the trains were beautiful to have comfortable journeys. The elegant lodging facilities made the long trips enjoyable to the rich travelers. A Native American woman is a telephone switchboard operator who is making telephone connections in Montana. She has mastered the contemporary technology without losing her culture. The fact that she is in this job demonstrates the acculturation of the native population with the times. An American soldier is kissed on the cheek by a small child as a dog observes the event. The scene engraves appreciation and love to emancipating forces in France. This is a little act of giving thanks in which children were thanking soldiers who liberated their nation. A cat is positioned with its paws on a huge camera as though it is using it. The funny arrangement gives the perception of a cat photographer in action. The person who made this staged photograph had a great sense of humor. The women of 4 generations come together in the session of a great-grandmother to a great-granddaughter. The represented age range has a potential life experience of possibly 100 years. Every generation has the fashion of that time they grew up. A postmodern woman is sitting in her bare, simple house with her faithful dog. The plain house depicts poverty in the period of depression. Despite all the little that she has her loyal companion with her. The Italian actress is seen so gorgeous in this traditional portrait. She was a global celebrity because of her beauty and elegance. All of her hair, her makeup, and her face are flawless. The streets of the city are vibrant with people carrying their business in New York. There are traditional yellow taxis and old motor vehicles. The design and the ambience take one back to another time of the city. The woman is in trouble with frozen underwear that is hardened because of hanging in the clothesline. The clothes are firm in cold winter wind. She is so frustrated in handling frozen laundry as her face reveals. Individuals ride roller skates to work along New York City streets. One of the innovative methods of transportation was used to conserve gasoline as a ration in the war. Skaters pass cars on their working attires. There is a woman and a small boy who are standing together with him holding what seems to be a ship ticket. Many families left Ireland in search of the better life after the famine struck the nation. They are probably to never see their home country again. One of the bunnies in an Easter bunny costume stands with kids who are more scared than happy. The dressing otherwise seems a bit creepy according to the modern view. The expressions of the kids vary between perplexities and dread. The deadly flu pandemic is taking place in the city streets where people wear cloth masks. The scene is a ghastly resemblance to the new pandemic experiences 100 years later. All persons have adjusted to the new mandate of wearing face masks. The man is trying a flight helmet of new development by smashing his head against a wall. One of them clacks his capped head on the surface. This is a rudimentary yet efficient form of testing that demonstrates the primitive aviation safety development. The well-known silent movie star gets to know the outstanding deaf-blind writer and activist. They speak in such a manner that suits her disabilities. This meeting of two extraordinary individuals must have been fascinating. The Italians use long strands of pasta and dry them in the sunshine. They are very proud of their traditional pasta making, and it is reflected in their smiling faces. There are hanging noodles in the streets like laundry. The site of 84th Street and Broadway intersection is home to a simple farmhouse. This country structure was in present-day congested Manhattan. The photo illustrates the fact that New York was a farm a few years ago. A woman wearing a corset makes a funny face at the camera, whereby she sticks her tongue out. Her carefree facial expression is in contrast to the formal manner of posing that was in use at that time. Nobody could tell, by the way, she is having fun in a dignified dress with a very small corseted waist. There are 5 men standing with samurai armors and weapons in traditional Japanese clothing. The warrior culture is depicted in their grave expressions and formal poses. The picture shows these warriors in a period of significant Japan transformation. One of the women is playing the goofy face with her Victorian-era dress. Her tongue is out in a cute gesture that does not conform to the etiquette rules. This indicates that people were humorous even during the most formal times. In Berlin, an elephant seal that is mammoth in size is given a snow bath by a zoo handler. The huge animal appears to like the chilliness it is receiving at the hands of its owner. The handler is small in comparison to the 4,000-pound animal lying in the snow. One of the poor old women mends the only pair of trousers her grandson has. The boy is standing patiently in his underwear as she sews the tattered material. This heartwarming scene portrays poverty that many families experienced in 1907. A well-dressed man poses for what would become the world's first selfie. Robert Cornelius set up his camera and ran into frame to capture his own image. This 1839 photograph pioneered a practice that would explode centuries later. A young Bavarian boy grins mischievously while holding an early camera. His playful expression and the way he handles the equipment show his fascination with photography. The joy on his face is infectious, even after more than a century. 3 Japanese archers stand with their incredibly tall bows in the 1860s. The bows tower over the men who wield them with practiced skill. This photograph preserves the ancient art of Japanese archery during a time of modernization. A soldier rushes into the arms of his waiting family after returning from war. The emotional reunion captures the joy and relief of survival and homecoming. Everyone in the photograph radiates happiness at being together again. A young couple embraces happily in a photograph from the 1920s. Their joy and affection for each other is obvious in their smiles. The casual intimacy captured here feels modern despite being a century old. 2 elegantly dressed women and a local man watch the sunset together in 1925. They're wearing heels and fancy clothes while taking in the view. The photograph captures a moment of peaceful appreciation of nature. An angry kangaroo appears to be attacking a woman who tried to photograph him. The surprised woman is being knocked down by the aggressive marsupial. This humorous yet dangerous encounter shows why wild animals should be given their space. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip burst into genuine laughter while watching a performance. The rope acrobat they're watching must have done something unexpected or amusing. Their unguarded moment of shared joy shows them as a real couple, not just royalty. The Titanic floats peacefully on calm waters in what would be its last photograph. This image was taken just days before the ship struck an iceberg and sank. The massive vessel looks serene and unsinkable in this final moment of glory. Robert Wadlow stands among normal-sized people, towering over everyone at nearly 9 feet tall. The tallest man in recorded history makes everyone around him look like children. His extraordinary height came from a medical condition that never stopped his growth. A man tests his bizarre single-wheel motorcycle engine invention in 1933. He sits inside the large wheel as it rolls along the ground. This strange contraption never caught on, but it shows the creative spirit of inventors. King George VI slides down a playground slide with an expression of mild concern. Even royalty enjoyed simple pleasures like slides, though his face suggests he's not entirely comfortable. The photograph humanizes the future king in a playful moment. The infamous criminals Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow pose together in Arkansas. They're dressed casually, looking like any young couple of the era. This photograph was taken during their notorious crime spree across America. Paul Newman sits in a boat in Venice during a film festival visit. The handsome actor looks relaxed and confident in the romantic setting. His classic good looks and effortless style made him a Hollywood icon. A well-dressed man ice skates while wearing a full suit and hat. Even recreational activities required formal attire in 1937. The photograph shows a time when people never sacrificed style for comfort. Children play on an elaborate jungle gym structure in a Montreal playground. The massive, complex climbing apparatus would never pass modern safety standards. Kids crawl all over the towering metal framework without any visible safety measures. A photographer works in his Paris studio with a nude model in 1928. Jacques Biederer was pioneering erotic photography as an art form. The behind-the-scenes shot shows the professional setup for creating these controversial images. A drunk man in formal evening wear clings desperately to a lamppost. His top hat and tails contrast hilariously with his inability to stand upright. This 1934 London scene shows that even the wealthy had rough nights. Margaret Bourke-White perches atop the Chrysler Building taking photographs. The famous photographer worked from dizzying heights to capture her iconic images. Her bravery and dedication to her craft shows in this dramatic shot. A Berlin boy sells lemonade from an ingenious portable dispenser strapped to his back. The young entrepreneur carries his entire business on his shoulders through the streets. This clever invention allowed him to bring refreshments directly to customers in 1931. A construction worker hangs from a crane high above New York City. He dangles casually, as if this death-defying position is completely normal. The photograph captures the incredible bravery of workers who built America's skyscrapers. A woman poses with an early Kodak camera around 1900. She's dressed elegantly while holding the new technology that would revolutionize photography. Her stunning appearance and the camera both represent modernity and progress. A young artist paints the Sacré-Cœur Basilica in post-war Paris. He works on his canvas with the iconic white church in the background. The scene captures the artistic spirit that has always defined Paris. Jubilant people celebrate in a bar on the night prohibition ended. The long ban on alcohol is finally over, and everyone is drinking freely. Their happy faces show the relief and excitement of having their freedom restored. The Eiffel Tower stands tall in Paris, captured in a 1965 photograph. The iconic landmark dominates the skyline just as it does today. This image preserves the tower during a period of major change in the city. Photographer Thomas Kelly poses with his camera equipment high in the air. The handsome photographer looks confident and professional with his tools. His serious expression shows his dedication to his craft. Painters work atop the Woolworth Building suspended high above New York. They balance on narrow platforms while touching up the skyscraper's exterior. The dangerous job required steady nerves and complete focus. An American pioneer family stands in front of their small sod house on the prairie. Their humble dwelling has a grass roof growing right out of the ground. The family looks hardy and determined despite their rough living conditions. A woman uses her head to carry scrap metal during the wartime collection effort. Everyone contributed to the war by donating metal for weapons and equipment. Her creative carrying method shows the determination of the home front. Workers drain the famous canals in Venice for cleaning and maintenance. The normally water-filled passages are completely empty, revealing the muddy bottom. The scene shows the less glamorous side of maintaining the beautiful city. A young girl named Addie Card works at a spinning machine in a cotton mill. Her small hands operate the dangerous machinery with practiced skill. This child laborer's photograph helped expose the exploitation of children in factories. A couple takes a peaceful morning walk on the deck of the Titanic. They have no idea that in days this ship will be at the bottom of the ocean. The photograph captures the calm before one of history's most famous disasters. Friends pile into a new car that can reach the incredible speed of 25 miles per hour. In 1924, this seemed like blazing speed to most people. Their excited faces show the thrill of experiencing modern automotive technology. People socialize through their windows in a form of 1860s networking. Neighbors lean out to chat with each other across the gap between buildings. This clever photograph puns on modern social media terminology. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on anything.